Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially time for me to go over my top 10 favorite vehicles in GTA 5 Online. I've shown you guys my top 10 favorite Benny's vehicles, Southern San Andreas Autos vehicles, Legendary Motors vehicles. I think we did a Warstock video. I've showed you all my favorite of all of them, but not all of them in one place. My personal top 10 favorite vehicles in GTA Online. Now, for the sake of this video, we are just going to be sticking to cars. I'm not going to be showing you the Oppressor Mark II, which is obviously an incredible vehicle, the Sparrow, incredible vehicle. We're just going to be sticking to my top 10 favorite cars in GTA 5 Online. I've been wanting to make this video for a while, and I would love to know your thoughts and opinions. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm sure yours isn't going to be exactly the same as mine. So let's jump straight into it. All right, guys. So for this video, we're going to be starting off, or we're going to be doing the whole thing from right here, my auto shop. Now, I'm not going to show you what's on the other side right there, because that is going to be my top 10 favorite vehicles. Now, these vehicles, I've said it before, whenever I talk about vehicles in this game, they're more so just how they make me feel. These aren't necessarily going to be the fastest vehicles in each class, or the strongest, or Armani tech, or anything like that. These are going to be vehicles that I just love driving. I like the way I feel when I drive them. I like the sounds of them. And they're just unique and nice and special to me. So anyway, without further ado, let's start off. We're going to go from 10 all the way down to number 1 being my favorite. So let's go, number 10. And all right, guys, starting off at number 10 is this beauty right here. The GROTTI ITALI GTO. You may see a little theme here in this video, but this car has actually been out for a while. It used to be one of, if not the best car in the game, especially for races. It's been around for a long time now, but I still think, like I say, I go off beauty and how it makes me feel when I'm driving it. And this thing is absolutely, oh, look at that. It's so old. It's been so long since I've had this car. I don't even have the updated license plates on it. But let's take a little listen to this. I'm going to put my headset on. We'll take them all for a little quick drive, and we'll see what it's all about. So let's go ahead and get in. Have a little listen. Oh, let's take it out. It still sounds incredible. Let's have a rev test. Yeah, it's still beautiful, man. This thing is still beautiful. Let's have a drive. Oh, man. Look at this thing. It is absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. And for that reason, the sound of it, how it makes me feel, like the drive of it, it is just absolutely beautiful. I'm sorry. Of course it starts raining as soon as I take my cars out, man. Of course it starts raining, but look at that. You can't tell. I mean, if this isn't your top 10, if you don't own this car, highly recommend it. I just love the way... I love cars that, like, you can just throw around. You know what I mean? They don't feel too heavy, but also feel like you can just slide it. Oh, yeah. This thing's incredible. This thing is absolutely incredible. No chance that I would... Like, no regrets. No regrets of this being in my, my number 10 car. But anyway, you're probably thinking, what do you mean there's a little bit of a theme here? Well, let's move on so you can see what else I have. Let's move on to number 9. But this thing... Mwah, number 10. All right, guys, there she is. Now we're moving on to number 10 right here. Now, this car, as you guys know, is newer. This came out literally in this latest DLC. It's the Inverto Coquette D1. And the reason I mean, first of all, in real life, this is one of the most beautiful cars ever to exist. But it's just so classy. Let's have a little listen. Like, Rockstar, what is your problem, man, whenever I try and record a video? Let's have a little listen. If you can hear it over the thunder. Let's wait. I'll wait, game. I'll wait. You ready? Oh, yeah. And in this candy apple red as well. I mean, this thing is beautiful. I wish it wasn't raining. I feel like it only rains when I start. When I hit that record button, that's when the rain comes out. It's just such a cool... I mean, it sounds incredible. It's such a fun car to drive. Yeah. Oh, you hear those pops, man? It's hard to hear over the bloody rain. Let's see if I can listen. It does have like a burble to it when you slow down, when you shift, when you downshift. It's got like a... It's just incredible. But anyway, other than the looks of this car, it actually drives really well. Obviously, I can't really showcase it too much here in the bloody rain. But it does drive really well. And like I say, a lot of the cars that I'm choosing, or all the cars that I'm choosing, It comes down to how it makes me feel when I'm driving it. And just like something like this, just driving around the map. Oh, the sun's coming out here a little bit. Thank you. It's just gorgeous. And if you're just cruising, I mean, look, I can't get over it. It is just it is such a beautiful car. And it sounds incredible. All right, the rain's going a little bit. Let's see if we can hit that downshift. You hear its engine? Like, how cool does that sound, man? They've been killing it on these new cars recently. We know that this is most likely what, you know, they're getting ready for GTA 6, right? So we're getting a lot of technology from the new game coming into the new game. That's why you can see, or from the new game coming into the old game. That's why you can see how just the graphics and the way these cars look, the sound. It's just different than all the cars we have in the game. It is just different. That car right there sounds incredible too. But anyway, other than the sound, other than the looks, the handling, like I say, is incredible. And it just makes you feel good driving it. And that is why this is in my top 10 personal favorite vehicles in GTA 5 Online. You just can't get better than this. You want to cruise around? This is your one right here. This is the car. This is the one. As long as you're not doing it in a public lobby and you can just get absolutely murdered. Yeah. You hear it? It's just... Nah, it's incredible. All right, we've got 10. We've got 9. They're not all red, I promise. But 10, 9. Let's move on to number 8 right here. You guys have heard me talk about this car quite a lot. I do think it is drop dead gorgeous. Obviously, I think this is based off of the M3 wagon. It's obviously the BMW M3 wagon. I don't think it's the M5 wagon. We don't have this in the United States, but either way, absolutely drop dead gorgeous. The UBERMACT RHINEHART. I love the way that this thing turned out. If you saw the video where I customized this, I mean, you guys know, you buy this thing stock, it looks okay, but then you do this to it. Let's take it out. All right, so first and foremost, let's do a quick sound check here on startup. Ooh, it still has that low rumble. Arguably not as good as the COQUETTE, though, in the startup. But look at it. So this is one of the metal finishes. And I think for this car in particular, it just works. All right, let's do a sound check. A lot of cars I like on the downshifts. This one's not a great downshifting car as far as the sound's concerned, but I mean, look at this. As far as beauty and just being such an aggressive looking car, I would love one of these in real life. I would absolutely love one of these in real life. But anyway, the reason this is in my number 8 spot is the same reason the others. The way it makes me feel when I drive it, the sound of it, the look of it. There's a few cars in this game that make me feel like this when I drive it, and this is definitely one of them. And some of them, you know, when I customize them, I don't know how it's going to turn out. But this one, when I customized it, you can see my head popping through there. When I customized this thing, I was just like, wow. This is one of those cars that just came out much better than I ever could have imagined. And because of that, this is number 9. All right. Oh, sorry, number 8. Let's move on to number 7. All right, we got 10. We got 9. We have 8. I mean, even though these are on the lower end of my top 10, all beautiful. All right, let's move on to number 7, which this one I feel like could be, I was going to say could be controversial, but I don't think it is at all. I love this car. I love the 911 in real life. Oh, yeah. Let's take it out before I spoil any of the cars that are in here. I love the 911 in real life. I love the way this turned out. In real life, I don't know what I would do. Like, as far as... It does sound good. I don't know what I would do as far as what, like, color I would want. Maybe I'd want black. Maybe I'd want, like, a silvery charcoal. Or this. This is what I did with this one. Like a midnight blue with a white interior. I've seen them in real life, and they just look absolutely gorgeous. And I do think this is arguably one of the best looking, like, real life counterparts in the game. You know what I mean? Like, I think they did an incredible job. A lot of the cars that they bring in from real life, they do look great, but there's a lot of, like, little differences. But this one actually looks almost identical. I don't know how they get away with it, to be honest with you. But let's do a sound check. Sorry. It definitely has that Porsche sound to it. They did capture it pretty well. Porsches are very unique sounding. If you know, you know what I'm talking about. But as far as looks... Oh, yeah. This is beautiful. This is, like, all of my top 10 cars, okay? All of them are cars that I would just love in real life. And I just absolutely love driving these things around. Like I say, not necessarily the fastest, not necessarily the best race cars, but just driving around the city, making yourself feel good. I mean, look at this thing. Yeah, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I don't want to spend too much time on each car because I feel like I'm going to say the same thing about each of them because it is the same thing. The reason I have all of these cars in my top 10 is the exact same reason. But sound-wise... yeah. Anyway, let's put this thing in before I do any more damage to it. But there we go in my number 7. So there she is, ladies and gentlemen. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, and number 6. What could it be? You must have known this was going to be in my top 10. Boom. The Range Rover, the brand new Range Rover, aka the Galavanta Baller STD. I love this car in real life. When I found out this car was coming into game, I was so happy. I think a lot of people love this car. It is just an Range Rover or Land Rover did an incredible job with the design of this car. In game, it's not as beautiful as the real life counterpart, but it's very close. I really hope and wish they bring out the Range Rover Sport as well, because that car I think is beautiful. But until then, we're taking this thing out for a spin. And in real life, would I get this exact? I would either go white and black like this, or I would go like a charcoal gray. Let's have a little listen here. Definitely sounds good. Like I say, in real life, the taillights are kind of blacked out. Looks a little bit better. But either way, it looks so similar. It looks similar enough that I absolutely love it. I love it. One day we'll get one of these. I don't know if I'd prefer this or a Sport, though, to be honest with you. I really like the Sport, but this thing is just beautiful. Let's take this thing for a drive. Let's have a sound check. I mean, it's an SUV. What do we expect? Nothing going too crazy with this. But the handling on this is surprisingly really good. I mean, it's a big, massive SUV. But it's really good handling. I mean, it's not as good as... I'll show you a vehicle later that's an SUV that's much better handling. But this isn't about that. I'm not trying to race this thing around, like I say. This is just for, again, like all of them, the way it makes me feel. I love this car in real life and just driving this thing around in game. Again, the newer cars that we're getting. I mean, look at that next to us compared to this. You know what I mean? You can see the design elements compared to this one right here. It's just better. We've definitely got, you know, the newer cars for GTA 6. I can't wait to see them. We've seen some in the trailers, but up close and personal like this. I'm assuming all of these are going to carry on into 6 as well. So I'll be happy to pick this thing up. Be curious to see the price of it, though, because obviously, I think GTA 6's prices are going to be more realistic. I don't think you'll pick up one of these for, like, what is this? Like almost 2 million, or is it 2 million? I don't know. Anyway, let's move on to number 5. So there we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, ladies and gentlemen. Now, in my number 5 spot, we have this right here. Like I say, a little bit of a theme with the Grottis. We've got number 10 right there, which is an older one, but still arguably one of the most beautiful cars. And then we have this beauty right here. They did such a good job based off of the SF90, and it just looks incredible. I wanted this to look as realistic as possible. Didn't want to go too overboard. I don't like the taillights on it as much as I love the one in real life. But anyway, let's take this thing out. All right, here she is. Engine shaking and all. Let's do a sound check. Very unique. You'll notice a lot of these cars have a very unique sound to them. A lot of the ones I like. Let's have a sound check here properly. Not the greatest downshift sound. Like I say, I'm big on the downshift sound. This one doesn't really have that. But again, gorgeous. I have nothing else to say. I have nothing else to say. Look at this thing. How menacing is this? And again, one of the newer vehicles in the game. Oh, yeah. Oops. No, beautiful. I mean, this is my top 10, man. I'm going to be just drooling at the mouth for all of these cars. I would love to see yours. Or tag me on Twitter or on Instagram. Subscribe for tacos. A lot of you guys did last time when we were customizing one of the cars, and I loved seeing your creation. So if you have any of these, tag me. I would love to see them, get some inspiration. But for this one, beauty. Let's move on to number 4. All right, there she is back in the stable. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And in our number 4 spot, we had to have a Lamborghini. We've got a lot of Ferraris in here. Well, 2 of them so far. We had to have the Lambo. This is based off of the newer Lamborghini Countach. I think there was maybe 10 of them made. Let's have a listen. Oh, yeah. I feel like we need to listen to that again. Come on, get back in. Look at the doors, man. You can't beat the doors. Let's have a listen. Oh, man. It's incredible. In real life, it's beautiful. In game, it's beautiful. You can feel the speed of this. It feels so fast. By far the fastest out of all the cars we've driven. It just feels fast. It looks fast. Look at those lights, man. Let's have a listen to the downshifts on it, though, because I'm a big downshift fan. Not the greatest, once again. Not a lot of cars are great on the downshift. There's a handful of them. This one isn't one of them. But anyway, beautiful car. Now, if you're looking for something for racing, this one is definitely, obviously, a fast, bloody car. But again, all of my cars, it comes down to look and how it makes me feel. I sound like a broken record right now. But if you don't think this is an absolute beast, and if you don't own it, I don't know what to tell you. You're missing out. This thing is, it's incredible. Anyway, let's take it back to the shop because I don't want to sound like a broken record. But here she is, the Lamborghini Countach, aka the Pegassi Terrero XO. It's perfect. And the way I customized all these, I think they just turned out amazing. There she is in number 4. And we move on to number 3, which is another ITALI, ladies and gentlemen. Another GROTTI, not ITALI. The GROTTI Turismo OMAGGIO. Another newer vehicle. I do like this in blue. I do love forged carbon. Let's just take it out. Look at those blue seats as well, man. Everything about this car is just incredible. Sound? Not as good as those two. Not as good as those two startup sound. I like the idle sound, though. Listen. Really good idle sound. Again, it just feels fast. Like these last 2 cars we've driven, I don't know if watching it, if they look faster, but they just feel so much faster and nimbler. Like they just hug the road, man. There's so many new cars that come out. Whoops. There's so many new cars that come out that just don't feel... What's that Ferrari? The one that's based off of the Roma in-game. It's over in my taxi business garage. I don't really use it. It's beautiful, but it's so heavy. Whereas these ones, the Ferraris that I have in my collection, just feel incredible. Like, as far as the handling is concerned. But again, as far as looks, I mean, it's gorgeous. This blue in the sun, I know the sun's going down. But this blue, look at that, man. It's such a good-looking blue. And it looks so close to the Ferrari Tributo in real life that I just genuinely love it. Anyway, let's take this thing back and let's move on to number 2. I'm sad that the sun's going down because I feel like, especially in number 1, it looks so much better in the sun. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen. The countdown, and we are now on number 2. Are you ready? Now, this one in my number 2 spot, I never thought that I would love this car. It wasn't until I customized it for a Benny's top 10 video that I was like, holy moly, this thing is incredible. And what it is, I'm sure you already know. You've seen it in other videos. I mean, look how this thing turned out. This color is impeccable. We're probably not going to see it now because the sun's going down. But this color is incredible. You can see both of these cars have the forged carbon fiber. It's just a coincidence that they're in my number 2 and 3 spot. It's not because of the forged carbon. But let's take this thing out. Let's hear it start up first. That engine, man. Oh, yeah. And I love how these 3 vehicles right here, not only do they look like Skittles, but you can see the engines in the back, and it's just beautiful. This one has the red, there's yellow, blue. It's incredible. All right, sound check. Look at that fat ass, man. Look at it. I don't usually like cars that have like the Liberty kit on them or like the bumper removed, but there was something about this car that I just had to do it. I had to. I mean, look at that. How menacing does this thing look? All right, sound. I mean, it's fast. Does it handle as well as the Ferrari? Arguably. Yes, but not with my driving. Oops. But again, just, I mean, you can get... Well, okay, let's not do that here, where I'm going to crash into everything. But again, you can see my theme. Beauty, sound, handling. Again, all of these cars I would have in real life. But This one, it's just drop dead gorgeous. Anyway, I can't wait. I'm so sad it's nighttime, but I can't wait to showcase you guys my number one car. Let me know in the comments right now what you think my number one car is, and then come back to it and let me know if you were right. But anyway, let's see our number one favorite car in GTA 5 Online. So there they are. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Number one, if you've been around the channel for a while, you will know what this is. But it is the Banshee, ladies and gentlemen. Specifically, this one has been upgraded at Benny's. It's got the wide body, but it's the smooth wide body. It doesn't have the rivets on it. Yeah, I just wanted it to be kind of like tasteful, just simple. It's got that like wine red, and it really looks good in the sun. Obviously, outside right now is going to be dark, but you can see it in here, like what I'm going for. Then we have like the bronze wheels, and it just looks insane. Look at this thing. Again, we didn't even have the license plates, the customizable license plates when I got this, but it is beautiful inside and out. It is, I don't know what it is about this car in a convertible, but it just seems so long. And just, I mean, Dodge Vipers, which is what the Banshee is based off of, are really long cars, but it's just beautiful. It's the most beautiful convertible. Just look at it. With that spoiler, man. With that spoiler, look at the side profile. I'm so sad it's dark. All right, so this is one of the cars that does sound incredible. Let's do a sound check. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's listen to the downshifts in this car. Let's just get to a point here where there's not going to be too many cars around us. All right, are you ready? You hear that? You hear what I'm talking about? It's that raspy downshifts that I... It's not the only reason I love this. That's just a cherry on top of the cake. Let's listen again. And you hear it's like, oh, it's just raspy and high-pitched, and it's just incredible. So one of the main reasons I love this car, number one, it's a Banshee. It's been in GTA for so long, going back to like GTA Vice City, GTA 3. It's just an incredible, iconic car, and it drives great. This is a rear-wheel drive car. So if you're in like a stop street or something, you can literally just floor this thing, turn it, and then start going the other way. A lot of cars in this game are all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive. But this, just being able to pull the back of it out, it just makes it so unique to me. Let's do that again. It's great, man. It's great. It looks good. It feels good. By far. I love the little white underglow I put on it too. By far my favorite car in this game. Absolutely love the Banshee. I think it was GTA Men. If you follow GTA Men on YouTube, or if you subscribe to him, he did a video on the Banshee. A really good video just talking about the history of the Banshee if you want to go check it out. But it is a beautiful car. By far my number one car. So let's go back. Let's look at them. And then I do have like 4 or 5 cars that I'm just going to show you. We're not going to take them out, but they're definitely the sounds of this thing downshifting, man. But I do have some special mentions that I want to showcase for you. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, my official top 10 favorite vehicles, and they're in my favorite garage, and these guys are going to stay here for now at least, until we get some new cars that I need to customize and need to make some space for. But yeah, by far my favorite 10 vehicles in the game. I love the way these all turned out. I wish we had like a green like that one, because I feel like a lot of these are red. A lot of reds. We got a yellow and blue in here. But either way, let me know what you guys think in the comments. But let me show you my others. I do have a few more that I want to showcase just as special mentions. So the Dubachi Champion, I do think it is one of the most beautiful cars in real life and in the game. Unfortunately, that's not even... that's one of my shout-outs. It's not in the garage, though. But I did want to mention it. It's very heavy. It's not great at driving, and it's really expensive. But these right here... These ones, as well as the Dubachi Champion, are some shout-outs that I have. This new one, based off of, obviously, the Bentley Continental. I think it's the newer Continental. It's not the Continental, is it? I forgot the name of it, but either way, beautiful. The Paragon S. I love this car. Love it in real life in this exact build. This right here, which came out, again, pretty recently, the Canis Terminus, based off the 392 Jeep Wrangler. This is probably, in my opinion, the best driving SUV in the game. This thing's acceleration is so quick, and it turns on a dime. This thing is incredible. I love it. I would have loved it to be in my top 10. But when I thought about, like, it just didn't make it anyway. Then we have right here, again, a newer car based off of the Mercedes 190, is it? The Vorschlaghammer. The Benefactor Vorschlaghammer. beautiful. An absolute icon. And it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It drives really well. It drifts around really well. You can put the drift upgrade on this so you can drift it. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. Just didn't quite make the cut. And again, same with this, which is arguably the best handling car in the snow. And even in the dry. Like, this thing just, again, just like that, turns on the dime. This thing, it feels like a go-kart. It handles so well. It's electric. I don't love electric cars. But this one I do really like. And I would have loved this to be in my top 10. The other ones I just felt a little bit stronger about. But I do own 3 of these. I bought 3 of them because there was some, if you guys remember, with the light bar on the front, I did a video talking about it. Either way, I have 3 of them. I'll probably sell the other 2. But yeah, special shout out to these 3 or 4 or 5, including the Dubachi Champion, which should have been here too. I love these. I would love to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What are your top 10 favorite cars? Tag me on Instagram, tag me on Twitter. I'll definitely check them out. I want to see your guys' builds, get some inspiration for myself. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm still on vacation when you're watching this, but I will be back soon. Before you go, I did want to say too, I'll link in the description my top 10 videos for cars, like top 10 favorite Benny's vehicles, top 10 favorite Legendary Motorsports. All of those will be linked in the description down below if you want to see some more of my favorite vehicles. Go check them out. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, no, I won't. I'm on vacation. Why do I always do this? I'll see you soon with a brand new video. Goodbye.